Who do we have here?
She's from a place of abundance.
Furiosa is amazing. It lived up to all my expectations.
Oh,
I love
thanks.
Fury Road,
Oh.
and this is so good. It has the most dialogue out of any of the Mad Max films, I feel like, but it shows so like Shakespearean. I love the dialogue in this film. George Miller's a visionary. Anya, you told your parents you love working with George because it's like being at university because your reasons have to have reasons. Can you talk about working with him as a collaborator?
Oh, absolutely, yes. With George, it's everything is up for discussion, but if you have a choice that you feel really strongly about, you better go to bat for it. And it's, you know, you go to bat for it because he's so considered, and rightfully so. You know, he's been living with this world and these characters for such a long time. If there's something that you want to add to it, you almost plant the seed day one, and then you like check on it every day. Some days you like give it a lot of water, other days you just like leave it alone. But it makes me happy about the things that have ended up in the film, because I'm like, okay, I argued it strongly enough that it's in there.
It's incredible. Now, Chris, I love Dementis. I feel like he is a charismatic cult leader in a lot of ways. Can you talk about getting in that frame of mind for the character and finding his voice, and also the adjusting portraying such a villain as you're widely known as such a hero at the MCU?
Yeah, it was really refreshing to have that opportunity. And the charisma was a big thing that George talked about from day one, 2 years prior to shooting, was that the sort of commonality between, you know, dictators and people in power who had amassed large followings, there had to be an air of charisma. There had to be promise out of the suffering they were in, and, you know, and an identification around, I know who has caused your problems and I know the solution, follow me. But there needed to be some sort of fun and humor and joy and charisma in order to I think, I don't know, woo people into not a false sense of security, but some sense of comfort, you know, and he needed to be enjoyable to be around. And I think it also makes it a little more surprising when there is, you know, a brutal act or an act of violence, if just prior to that you've sort of relaxed into a sort of enjoyable state. And so the sort of unpredictable nature of it was what George was definitely after, and what was on the page, and what we kind of played with a lot. But it was so refreshing to do something different and do something that allowed me that opportunity, you know. And I love playing the hero and the superhero, but it does come with its limitations.
Sure, absolutely. Now, something I find completely interesting about this is that for a movie saga full of car warfare, you don't have a driver's license. You know how to do a juicy lift 180.
Yeah.
But you can't parallel park or drive on the freeway.
No.
Talk about working with these incredible stunt people to make all that look so seamless.
Oh my God, I was just so grateful because they're so cool. Like, I just immediately got enveloped into this family of people where I was like, yeah, I want to be your friend and I want to be doing everything that you're doing. I'm really, really grateful that the environment that I was a part of was never one of aggression. It was never like, listen, you have to do this and you have to do it by this point. It was always, we believe in you. Sure. We know you can do this, and now go and do it. Like, you've got all of us behind you. And so I think, you know, it's massively inspired me. I'd love to be able to get my driver's license and my stunt driver's license, just because it is so much fun. But yeah, oh my goodness, you can't have any action movie, but especially a Mad Max movie, without the incredible stuntmen and women that worked on this, and like, we are just grateful to them.
Yeah, it's absolutely visually stunning, absolutely incredible. Chris, talking about finding voices of a character, growing up, I was a huge fan of Hulk Hogan in the 80s, and he has a very distinct voice. Have you started honing in and finding Hogan's voice, brother?
Not really. To work with Todd Phillips, who, you know, we discussed making that film with, would be an honor and a fantastic opportunity. I can't say it's officially happening yet. If there was a green light, I'd get to work on it. But it's interesting, you know, Dementis's vocal quality was something I could invent, and it would be surprising to people, but there wouldn't be any judgment or comparison. It's a tricky thing to play a real life character, and I've done it once before. and people immediately have the sort of, the measuring stick out and the critiques and so on.
You'll smash
so
it.
it'd be nerve-wracking, and if there's a great script and a story to tell, I'd love to jump into it, but there's nothing official at this point. So
copy that.
Yeah.
Well, look, this film is absolutely amazing, fantastic.
Thank you.
People got to see this on the biggest screen possible because I was so enthralled in what I was watching on the screen. Absolutely incredible. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
You're fantastic.
love.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whatever you have to do, however long it takes, promise me you'll find your way home.